The Indiana Fever had a remarkable free agency period. They signed players like DeWanna Bonner, Natasha Howard, and Sophie Cunningham. But Jaelyn Brown, a 6'1 guard who the Indiana Fever kind of have on their roster right now, she could be a very crucial piece going into next season. Christy Sides is no longer the coach of the Indiana Fever, but I think even with their new coach, Stephanie White, their play style is going to be more so the same as it was last year. You're going to have players pushing the pace in transition, a fast-paced game with Caitlin Clark as the head. You need players who can stop on a dime and shoot easy pull-up jump shots. Look, Jaelyn Brown can do that. You also need players who, when we're running a set offense, a pick and roll between Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston or Caitlin Clark and Natasha Howard, you need players who can space the floor and shoot threes off the catch. Jaelyn Brown has shown us that she can do that. I think this player could be a very big addition for the Indiana Fever, assuming that she plays the way she ended off her last season. We'll look at her last game from last season and see just what this player can be on the Indiana Fever. Now, before we get into the video, I have to plug my new channel. If you want to see me talk about the NBA like I did in the old days, go follow this channel. I'm going to be posting a video on there, so hopefully by the time this video is up, there'll be a video on that channel as well, and over there we'll just be strictly talking about NBA content. So go follow and subscribe and turn on your notifications if you want to see me over there. But without further ado, let's get into this Jaelyn Brown film breakdown. Now, we're going to be dissecting the last game Jaelyn Brown played in. She was playing against the Las Vegas Aces. She used to be a Dallas Wing player, and in this game she only played 20 minutes, but she had 15 points on 6 for 9 shooting from the field. She also shot it 3 for 3 from the three-point line. She had 2 steals and 3 turnovers. This is a big time game for a 26-year-old who has not gotten too many runs in the WNBA. We're going to be looking at this game, seeing what she did, and seeing if this can translate over into the next game she plays, hopefully with the Indiana Fever. Now check this out. I told you guys that she is not very known. So this defender is literally leaving her wide open, not paying any attention to our Jaelyn Brown over here, and she gets the ball and she sinks the shot. It's an easy three-point shot because she's wide open, but hey, when you're wide open, you should be able to hit the shots. There was a lot of times last year where Katie Lou Samuelson or Christy Wallace was wide open and they weren't hitting their shots. So hopefully Jaelyn Brown can consistently hit shots for the Indiana Fever if she does get into the games. Now look, I have to be honest. Someone in my comment section told me that she played a lot like Kelsey Mitchell, so I'm not going to be the one who tokens this, but she does play a lot like Kelsey Mitchell, and the commenter, I'll put the comment on the screen, is very right. The jump shot is like Kelsey Mitchell. The way she stops on dimes is like Kelsey Mitchell. We'll get into that. She's just a lot like Kelsey Mitchell. So I think her being next to Kelsey Mitchell is going to be a big thing for this player because Kelsey Mitchell should be able to teach her a lot, help her develop her game, and also she's a bit taller than Kelsey Mitchell, so you can even put her in the game with Kelsey Mitchell. She doesn't have to be a player that just replaces Kelsey Mitchell on the bench. I think she can be a player that plays with Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark if you're just looking for extra shooting. Now, this right here is the Kelsey Mitchell. This is Jaelyn Brown coming off a screen, stopping on the dime with that easy mid-range jump shot. That's exactly what you see Kelsey Mitchell do all the time. This is Kelsey Mitchell 2.0. She's just not as good as Kelsey, but she plays a lot like Kelsey. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaelyn Brown in her downtime probably watches Kelsey Mitchell film. This is exactly what you see Kelsey Mitchell doing all the time. She has the quickness. She has almost the form. She has the ability to maneuver around the screens. I think she can be a good player to put in the game when Kelsey Mitchell's on the bench. And also, this style of play is going to be really effective in the transition. We saw it with Kelsey Mitchell last year. Look, when Caitlin Clark is pushing the pace in transition, you need players who can get the ball really quickly, stop on a dime, and shoot that shot. Look, this is her coming off the screen, stopping on a dime, and shooting that shot. This shows you that she can play within the flow of the game if perhaps she is the same next year as she was in this game. I mean, this is just one game, guys. This is one game from the whole year. It was the last game, so we saw the peak of her play at the end of the year, but we have to assume, we can only assume that she is going to play this way if she ends up on the Indiana Fever roster. Now look at this next play. This is exactly what I'm talking about. She's on the defensive end. She has quick hands, gets that steal. And look at her pushing the pace in transition. She's all alone in that fast break, and she stops on a dime in transition and shoots that mid-range jump shot. Don't tell me that's not what you're going to want from Indiana Fever players if you're going to be playing with Caitlin Clark. You need players who can stop on a dime in transition and hit those shots. I'm not picking plays. These are all her shots from this last game. I'm going to show you all of them, and this is a lot of her stopping on those dimes and hitting those easy mid-range jump shots. If she can do this on the Indiana Fever, you got an extra Kelsey Mitchell kind of player. So, you know what? I'm not getting too excited. I know I got kind of excited on my high horse about Satu Sabally, and Satu Sabally looks trash right now. Very trash. So, I'm not going to sit here and say she's going to be a great player for the Indiana Fever, but we are seeing signs. Now, look at this next play. Once again, you have Jaelyn Brown coming off a screen, stopping on a dime, shooting a mid-range jump shot. This is a big-time thing for the Indiana Fever, not just for transition, but for when Caitlin Clark is being triple-teamed, quadruple-teamed, and you need someone to go get you a bucket. The only other player on the Indiana Fever team as of last year that can just go get you a bucket was Kelsey Mitchell. Now you add another player that can just go get you a bucket when Caitlin Clark is trapped and she doesn't have anywhere to go and no one's really moving. Just give Jaelyn Brown the ball, give her a screen from, Natasha Howard or Aaliyah Boston, and she can go get you a shot. This is really big time for Caitlin Clark. You need players who can put the ball on the floor and give you a bucket. Not just players who can put the ball on the floor and then run around in circles like Erica Wheeler. No, I need a player who can put the ball on the floor and give you a bucket. I don't know if Jaelyn Brown can do this consistently. Once again, like I keep saying, I know I'm going to keep repeating myself. It's just one game. This is a little taste of what she can be. This is her at her peak. We don't know if she's going to play like this next year, but if she does, she could be a really big fit for this Indiana Fever team. Now, as you guys know, it's great to have a player who can do all these things off the dribble or in transition, but the biggest thing the Indiana Fever definitely need, the biggest thing that's going to improve their team is just having people who can space the floor and hit wide open shots off the catch. This is Jaelyn Brown doing that again. She's wide open off the catch. She drills the shot. This is what you need from players around Caitlin Clark. She's going to draw so much defensive attention. Caitlin Clark is going to draw so much defensive attention. 3-4 defenders are going to be on her. You're going to have all 5 defenders looking at her. You're going to have opportunities if you're a Sophie Cunningham, if you're a Kelsey Mitchell. We already know Kelsey Mitchell knows how to play in those situations. You also are going to have a Lexi Hull. Now you're going to have Jaelyn Brown if she makes the team. You have players. You also still have Katie Lou Samuelson. No, you traded Katie Lou Samuelson. You don't have Katie Lou Samuelson anymore. But you do have players who can shoot the shot if they're wide open. So, look, she is a player, another player who can do that. And the more the merrier. We need players who can just get the ball when they're wide open and drill the shot. That's all the Indiana Fever need to take them from a mediocre team to a playoff team. I really think that they could really be a playoff contending team with just some extra shooting. All they need is extra shooting, and Jaelyn Brown provides that. Now, this is the last notable play of Jaelyn Brown from this game. You got her out on that wing, and she is decently contested. You got mild defense guarding her out there. She gets the ball and shoots this crazy three-point shot off the backboard. That's pure luck, y'all. This is not what is going to be replicated in the next season. If anything from this game is replicated, it's not going to be this, because I just don't think she has that in her bag for another game in a row. But, that is a big-time shot. She got lucky. She's got the shooter's touch, I guess, so maybe she can bring that to the Indiana Fever. Maybe you'll have Natasha Howard stretching the floor. You'll have DeWanna Bonner stretching the floor because she's going to bring that shooter's touch with her. So it's a big time shot. We're in the end of the game. It's a 12-point. No, it's not a big time shot, y'all. The Wings already lost. They're playing against the Aces. That's just pure luck. I just showed the play just to show it. Either way, we did go over some Jaelyn Brown film in this game. We saw what she can do. This is her last game she's played in the WNBA. Last year, she played against the Las Vegas Aces, and she had 6 for 9 from the field, 15 points, 3 for 3 from the three-point line, 2 steals. She had 3 turnovers. This is a really big game, and she did it all in 20 minutes. If she can bring that to the Indiana Fever, like I keep saying, I think she could be a really big fit. She can space the floor. She's going to be able to hit those wide-open three-point shots when Caitlin Clark draws that defensive attention. She's also going to be able to play alongside Caitlin Clark when she's playing fast in transition. She also can come off those screens, off the dribble, and shoot those quick shots, which is going to help Caitlin Clark when she doesn't really have anywhere to go, or when Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark are both being double-teamed. If she's also in the game, Jaelyn Brown can do something with the ball, which is something the Indiana Fever desperately need. And look, Stephanie White, the Indiana Fever coach, I heard Stephanie White said that they want to see Caitlin Clark play a little bit more off ball this year. Or I really don't know exactly what she said. I didn't see the interview, but I saw that she said something along the lines of Caitlin Clark playing a lot more off ball next year. If Caitlin Clark is going to be expected to play more off ball next year, you need more ball handlers or players who can handle the ball. I know they brought in Sydney Colson. You've also got Kelsey Mitchell, and you got Jaelyn Brown, but you definitely need players who are going to be willing to give Caitlin Clark the ball. So we're going to be betting on the fact that Jaelyn Brown and Sydney Colson and Kelsey Mitchell and any other guard on this team, they're going to have to be willing to find Caitlin Clark if she's going to be playing off ball. I think Jaelyn Brown, she doesn't seem like a player who has too much of an ego. She should be the player finding Caitlin Clark. You're not really established in the league yet. Give the ball to your superior. Look, I think Kelsey Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, they have a growing bond, so Kelsey Mitchell should be giving the ball to Caitlin Clark. Sydney Colson is a seasoned vet. She's a player who's been doing it for a long time at a high level. She should get the ball to Caitlin Clark, but we said the same thing with Erica Wheeler. And there was a lot of time where Erica Wheeler was not getting the ball to Caitlin when she played off ball. And obviously, you're going to have the ball in Caitlin Clark's hands primarily, but there are times where you want to see the great playmaker give it up and go play off ball because she's a shooter. She is the best playmaker in the league, but she's also a top 5 shooter in the league. So you have to get best of both worlds, and I think Caitlin Clark will get a whole lot more three-point shots off if she does play off ball here and there, just to mix things up, show the defense something different. That's going to help them be a better team. And look, I think bringing in a player like Jaelyn Brown and bringing in Sydney Colson, all these guards, is going to really help you in the long run. You're going to be bringing the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand a little bit, but that's going to initiate Caitlin Clark in the direction of scoring more points. We know she's an amazing playmaker. We're going to love the pick and roll from her and Natasha Howard, but I also want to see the Steph Curry come out too. And before we end off this video, though, going back on what I said earlier, I am making a new channel, and I have made a new channel. Hopefully, we can get a video up on that channel by the time this video goes up, and it's just going to be me talking about the NBA. I know I told you guys I was bored with the NBA, and I was, but my guy Luka got traded, so now I'm kind of a Lakers fan. If you guys don't know, this channel, I got like my first 800 subscribers on this channel by talking about Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic. Those are some of my favorite players in the NBA. Those are the guys I talked about primarily, which got me my first 800 subscribers on this channel. I didn't get my first 1,000 subscribers on this channel until I started talking about the WNBA, but the NBA founded my channel, and I am a big time NBA fan. If you go back to my oldest videos, you'll just look and scroll. I posted so many videos on the NBA. I'm an NBA guy above all else, and so I really didn't have a lot of drive to make NBA content because I felt like it was getting boring, but I'm a Warriors fan, and look, Jimmy Butler is on my Dubs now, and I think they're about to make a little bit of a push. LaMelo Ball is still cooking, but I don't really know how many videos we're going to do on them because the Hornets suck. But you do have the Lakers with Luka now. You got some interesting things going on in the NBA, and I'm going to be covering that. So I'm going to be posting a lot more frequently on that channel. On this channel, I'm posting like, once every 2 weeks, it seems. And that's because there's not much to talk about with the WNBA. You guys know I'm not really into the drama. It's not because I'm afraid to talk about the drama. It's just because it doesn't really interest me. But I do want to make more videos, and I do want to cover sports. So I'm going to be doing that with the NBA currently on that other channel. So if you want to see me more frequently, if you want to see me post all the time, go follow my new channel and let me know in the comment section what you think I should name the channel. Right now it's just named Cartier. Let me know what you think I should name the channel. Give me some advice because I'm trying to figure it out. Right now it's Cartier. Go subscribe. We're going to be posting on that channel very frequently, a lot more than we're posting on this channel until the next WNBA season. But look, I'm done talking. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly did, man. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.